Have you ever wondered why movie studios are focusing in on the opening weekends of the movies so much? Well, don't worry, I'll be covering that in this video. And I'll also be talking about why I am disagreeing with this. I don't think that opening weekends are the best way to look at the success of a film. And I'll be explaining that as well. Yo, what's good you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy KV Productions here. Welcome back to this week's video. Well, first things first. Movie studios look at opening weekends a lot because it is the first way that they get their income from the films, and also it is a gauge for them to see how well they have marketed their film. Because if a lot of people go and watch the film, that means there were a lot of people interested in the film. That means the marketing for that film was done very well. If a lot of people did not turn up to watch the movie, then it was some horrible marketing or something went wrong in the process. So the opening weekend is to gauge and see how much people are interested in this film, how much people went to watch this film, to see the interest level for this specific film. With that, the studios will want to make the film in such a way that it creates profit. Like if the film opens up to a very low number, the studio will most probably cut down the number of theaters the film is on and try to push the film to streaming services to try and make more profit out of them. And if the film opens up to a big number, they will keep it in the theater for very long. Try and get as much profit as possible actually. Because then again, for most movie studios, it's always about profit. So that's why they are always looking at opening weekend to see how much money this film can potentially make throughout the runtime. But I disagree with them, and I'll be explaining why. I'm going to talk about the opening weekends of films, and I'm going to suggest whether they are crucial or not. The short answer is, I don't think they are as crucial as movie studios are putting it. But they are still crucial. And here's my most straightforward reason. If a film sucks, alright, if it sucks and it earns a lot of money in the opening weekend, it's going to earn way less in the second weekend and going to end up as a bomb.
Become death, the destroyer of worlds.
A box office bomb. Yes, I'm staring at you, Ant-Man and the Wasp. But the film receives a lot of attention and a lot of praise from the media, but the opening weekend is very low. The second weekend, the drop will be much lower, or if not, it will be a rise in the second weekend, and the film will do much better at the box office. Yes, Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish, Elementals, and so many other films. But let's look at some examples first. Little Woman, 1994, it made $2.4 million in the opening weekend, $6.71 million in the second weekend, which if you think about it, it is a 188% rise. 101 Dalmatians, the original animated film that came out in 1961, 2.8 million in the opening weekend, 5 million in the second weekend, around 140% increase, 79% increase. Lady and the Tramp, 1955, ironically another Disney film that stars dogs. 2.8 million in the opening weekend, 5 million in the second weekend. That sums up to about a 79% increase as well. Kiss Me Goodbye, 1982. 1.3 million in the opening weekend, 2.8 in the second weekend, 111.5% increase. And wait, hold on a minute, alright? Before you say,
hold up, wait a minute.
No, this only applies to old movies. The market now is very different. I just have to say, you are wrong. Let's look at some modern films. Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish. 12.4 million in the opening weekend. People were saying it's going to be a box office bomb. But this film trended a lot on social media, especially on TikTok. This film was praised all over the media. Even on TikTok. I think TikTok gave the biggest rise for this film. 16.8 million in the second weekend, which adds up to about 35.3% increase. Now this film came out last year, so you can see that already. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, 36 million in the opening weekend, 50 million in the second weekend, 38.4% increase in the box office from the first to the second weekend. Greatest Showman, 8.8 million in the opening, 15.5 in the second weekend, 76.3 overall. Sing, another animated film on the list, 35.3 in the opening weekend, 42.9 in the second weekend, 21% increase. See, even modern films can do so well. And let's not forget, the prime examples. Yes, the prime examples. The two James Cameron films. Titanic, $28.6 million in the opening. And $35 million in the second weekend, which goes to about 37% increase. Third weekend, it earns $33 million. And that's only a 6% drop, a measly 6% drop. That's insane, by the way. And the film went up to about $1.8 billion in the worldwide box office. And of course, it went up to $2 billion thanks to the re-release of this film. Avatar, still the highest grossing film, $137 million in the opening weekend, $146 in the second weekend, a 6.9% increase, and $96.9 in the third weekend. A meager 39.9% drop. And it's still the highest grossing film of all time. So congratulations there. It made $2.7 billion in the initial release, and then it was re-released again and went up to $2.9 billion. So congratulations. And like I've said before, big opening numbers does not equal to huge success. Wink wink, I'm staring at you, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Opening weekend $135 million. And remember how because it earned $135 million, the video was like praising this film. Oh my goodness, it's the best MCU opening in a long time. Congratulations, this is amazing, such great news. And it had about a 69.8% drop. Second weekend, $39 million. Good game there. Horrible second weekend. Did the film at least break even? No, it flopped. The film was a freaking flop. The first weekend it earned a lot of money because it's an MCU film. It had that name as an MCU film, and people were hyping it up to be the most MCU film after Endgame. And guess what happened? The film freaking flopped because the film sucked. It didn't get a lot of good reviews, and the second weekend it made very low. Same can be said about other MCU films like Eternals. Eternals is another example. Thor: Love and Thunder. Now this film did not flop. It was a hit, if I'm not wrong. But opening weekend, $187 million. How much was second weekend? $67 million. The drop is an insane 64%. That's insane, by the way. Usually horror films have this kind of drop because, again, it's horror films. They don't have a very good retention with their audience from the first to the second weekend. But now I'm seeing this trend for comic book films as well. Especially MCU films. I cannot talk about DC films because DC films cannot even make that much money in the opening weekend already. So why on earth do we even need to talk about the second weekend for DC films? Yes, Shazam, Blue Beetle, Black Adam, all were freaking disappointments in their opening weekends. And let's not forget, box office is not the only way films make money. There's merchandising, streaming, TV that can help make a film profit. And yeah. And the marketing is also very important for films. Illumination is a marketing genius. The way they marketed Super Mario Bros. Movie, Minions, Despicable Me franchise is brilliant. That's why those films have made so much money. More money than expected in my opinion. And yeah, that's all I have for today. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. And see you guys next time. You guys are always the best. Thanks for watching.